A very fresh and a very wonderful morning to one and all present here. Myself Zainab Kagdi from Atmiya Green School, Jadeshwar, Bharuch. We are back with English subject for class 9th. As I have sent you yesterday only the PDF of Weathering the Storm in Irsama. So today we'll understand its question answers. So this is, we all know that it is a supplementary reading, so its main intention is not for you to learn the question answers and to mug up the question answers, but the only intention of the supplementary reading is you to read out, to comprehend the passages, to understand what it is trying to say, and develop your reading skills specially. So I'll request each one of you to read out the lesson on your own to develop your reading skill. You can also read newspapers, English newspapers, as well as magazines. You can watch English news for developing your English skills. So these are a few tips which can help you to speak fluently English and to learn different vocabs. So here today we will understand what is there in the lesson Weathering the Storm in Hiroshima. So it was explained to you quite few weeks ago. So I hope you have not forgotten it. We'll just have a quick summary of this lesson and then we'll move up to question answers. So it is a wonderful story and a very inspirational story, and this story is of Prashant, who was a young boy of only 19 years of age. He belonged to Kalikuda, a village in the coastal state of Odisha. He had lost his mother 7 years ago. On 27th October 1999, when he was visiting a friend in Irsama, a super cyclone hit the area. There was large scale devastation. The gushy wind and rains continued for 2 whole days. They remained on the rooftop of the house and survived on the tender coconuts from the coconut trees that had fallen on the roof. So dear students, I hope you can easily recall what we had studied in that video. If you have not watched the video, I'll request all the students to kindly first go and watch the 3 or 4 parts of the Weathering the Storm in Irsama. First you watch that explanatory videos and then move up with the question answers. It's a keen request to all the students, first watch out that video if you have not watched. If you have watched, then we can continue with it. So this summary is not given for you to just learn it, but it is given you to just have a recap of the story. So this is a wonderful story of Prashant, who was a young boy. He was just 19 years old, and he had lost his mother 7 years ago. Okay, so when he was only 12 years old, he had lost his mother. On 27th October 1999, he wanted to visit his friend in Irisama, and a super cyclone, that is a disaster, hit the area. And there was a large scale devastation, and they had to survive for whole 2 days on the rooftop of the house of his friend. And they had to survive. They were not given any food. They were only having the coconuts from the coconut trees that had fallen on the roof. And it was a blessing in the disguise that just because that tree had fallen on the roof, they had something to eat for 2 whole days, that is 48 hours. As the rain stopped, Prashant left for his home, and he feared the worst of his family. Okay, when he stayed at the rooftop of his friend's house, he constantly was scared about his family. He had a fear that my family would have survived or not. What would have happened to his family? As the rain stopped, Prashant left for his home. He took a stick to help him find the road. At times he had to swim through the flood waters. On the way, he met two friends and their uncle, and the group moved together. They came across dead bodies of human beings and animals which floated with the current. As they crossed villages, not even a single house could be seen. Prashant's house was shattered too, and he saw the belonging hanging on the branches of the tree. He wept as he felt that he had lost his beloved. He started crying heavily, thinking that what has happened to my village? As they crossed the villages, he could not see a single house which is not affected by this cyclone. And Prashant's house was shattered too, and he saw the belongings of his house on the branches of the trees. So he started wiping, that means he started crying, just because he thought that what would have happened to his family members. He went to the Red Cross shelter in search of his family. There Prashant met his maternal grandmother. Okay, maternal means a mother's mother. Okay, she was elated to see him alive, as they had not expected that he would have survived the storm. Prashant saw a crowd of 2,500 people at the shelter. Many had lost their families in the disaster. They were grief stricken, as the catastrophe had snatched everything. For the last 2 days, they had survived on coconuts, but they were running out of stock. Prashant took control of the situation. First of all, he had to stable his mind that whatever has happened, okay, it has happened. Now, what to do next? Okay, if he kept on crying that this is what happened, God did wrong to me, why did this happen to me only? Why did I lost many of my family members? Why that disaster struck my village only? And such kind of thinking won't help him. So he took control of the situation, that what next I could do to solve the problem. He formed a group with some elders and young people. So now he thought of something that individually he cannot do, but collectively with the help of the elders and few young people, he could definitely solve the problem. They forced the merchant to give them the stock of rice and wheat, and they were successful. After 4 days, the crowd ate a meal. So since 4 days they were not eating something, they were not given proper food, they were just surviving on water and something like that. But they just forced the merchants to give them the stock of rice, or else it won't be good, because in the time of crisis it is their responsibility that the village people should be getting the food. It is not time to think about business and profit, but it's a time for the survival. So they collectively forced the merchant to give them the stock of rice. And after 4 days, they could eat a meal. Then the group of volunteers cleaned the shelter and tended to the injured people. Prashant engaged the widows to work in the NGO named Food for Work. So, whoever was left in this crisis, they were allotted some or other work. So, the group of volunteers, they cleaned the shelters and the crowd and tended to the injured people. And he requested Prashant engage the widows. Okay, widows, the women who have lost their husband are called widows. So they were given the work in the NGO, that is non-government organization, which named as Food for Work. So they did not wanted any money, but they wanted food against the work. He engaged the children by arranging sports matches for them. The volunteers managed to set up foster families comprising of the widows, orphan children, and lone man, who would form a family and support each other. So each individual had lost some or the other. Many man had lost his children and his wife, and there are many women who lost their kids and their husbands. There were many children who lost their parents. So they set up a foster families matches. So they started foster families. In such, what happens that the widow who has lost the children, and the children who have lost their parents, they will be collectively living together, so that the children will get family, as well as the women who have lost the child will get a child. And in the same way, the lone man are also given children's, and in this way the orphan children get parents, and the widow and the lone man used to get children's. This is how they supported each other and formed a family. Like this, Prashant overcame his grief and learned to smile even in the face of adversities. Even in the face of this difficult time, he thought that I have overcome the grief. That means he had not laughed since many days. He thought that this is a great difficulty time, and it is felt very grief, that he was very upset with this incident. So by controlling the situation and finding solutions to the problems, he started smiling. He learned to smile, and he found solution for, if not for him but for others at least. So in this adversity, he found the solution, and he was happy that he could bring the smile on the faces of these orphan children, this widow women, and this lone man. Okay, I hope you understood the story. It was a very quick revision of the videos which I have sent you, the explanation of it. Okay, moving on to question answers of this lesson. Let us begin. I hope you'll write the word meanings as well as these question answers in your notebook. Question 1 says, what havoc has the super cyclone wreaked in the life of the people of Orissa? So how did the question means that how the super cyclone has affected the life of the people of Orissa? Okay, the super cyclone led to mass destruction. It was not just the loss of life but also loss of property, loss of the whole village area. People lost their homes. Many people lost their lives too. Children lost their parents, women became widows and were rendered homeless. The people were left with nothing, no money, no house, no family members. So it was a very worse situation for these people, and they had to face this adversity because it was a natural calamity, and people felt like now there is no hope. But Prashant brought hope among them. So this is what we learn, that one person can motivate the thousands of people to live a happy life. This is what we learn from this. Question 2 is, how has Prashant, a teenager, been able to help the people of the village? So as we saw that one person can change the lives of the thousands of people. So being a teenager, Prashant never thought that, okay, I am so young, I cannot help. What would I do? How could one person can change? Okay, this was the natural calamity. No, he did not thought like that. He took the situation in control. He thought that yes, I can do something. Okay, he thought in a positive way that if I can do, all can do, and collectively we all can stand. Okay, so by keeping the unity, by helping each other, by supporting each other, he thought that yes. How did he able to help the people of the village? Let us see. Prashant helped the people in the following ways. He formed a group of volunteers and get rice for the people. They cleaned the shelter and tended to the injured. They sent messages to the passing helicopters demanding food and other necessities. Prashant guided the widows to work in the Food for Work NGO. He arranged sports events for the orphaned children. Prashant and the volunteers set up foster families for them. So yes, here you can see that in what different ways he helped the people to overcome this adversity, to overcome this problem. So that is what we learned. He helped in many ways. Okay, you can see that he just united all, then he advertised the problem, he found its solution. He did not keep everything to himself, but he took the help of outside sources. So he did whatever he could do to help, and to help the village people to overcome this problem. So that is what is there in this answer. Question number 3 is, how have the people of the community helped one another? What role do the women of Kalikuda play during these days? Okay, under the leadership of Prashant, the people of the community came together and decided to help each other. They went to the local merchant and got his stock of rice. They cooked the rice on a fire burned with the branches from the trees and ate a meal after 4 days. They signaled the military helicopters for food and help. The widowed women looked after the orphan children, and the man arranged food and other necessities. So, my dear students, you can see that how they helped, how the community collectively helped each other, and the women they cooked the rice on a fire burned with the branches, the whatever available resources they had, they used the maximum. They made the optimum use of the resources they had. We can see that they lost the shelters, they lost their homes, they lost their family members, but still whatever is just left, they made complete use of it. Okay, they signaled the helicopters for food and help, so they did not keep the problem to themselves. This shows that we should not start feeling dead inside us. Whatever problem we are facing, we should not keep it inside our heart. We should seek help from others. Okay, that is how we find solutions. You should talk with your parents, you should talk with your family members, you should talk with your friends to find out solution for whatever problem you have in your life. Moving on to question number 4, why do Prashant and other volunteers resist the plan to set up institutions for orphans and widows? What alternatives do they consider? Okay, Prashant and other volunteers resisted the plan to set up institutions for orphans. They wanted to, okay, why do Prashant and other volunteers resist the plan to set up institutions for orphans and widows? Okay, so Prashant and other volunteers resisted the plan to set up institutions for orphans and widows because they felt that isolation would increase their grief. Okay, so they were already suffering from the loss of the property, loss of the family members, loss of the close ones, loss of the loved ones. So they were in deep grief and they were started feeling depressed. They were being depressed, and if the situations continued, then they would have died out of depression. So this was what fell to Prashant, and though he found a solution that they wanted to settle them in foster families of their own community where they would love and support each other. Question 5 is, do you think Prashant is a good leader? Do you think young people can get together to help people during natural calamities? Of course, yes. Prashant is a good leader. He overcame his grief and took charge of the situation. Young people can get together to help others during any calamity. They can use their strength and energy to help others in times of need. So that is all. I hope you understood the wonderful lesson. I hope you understood the story. I'll request you to write down in your notebooks the question answers. Do not copy the summary in your notebook. The summary is just for your reference so that you can understand the story in a short during exam time. Okay, so kindly write down only the question answers in your notebook. So still, if you have any doubt, you can write down the question answers as well as new words in your notebook and learn it by heart. Still, if you have any doubt and any query, you can ask me on my number. So, I hope you understood the story and the question answers.